Hello and welcome to the WNYG podcast. We have a decent sized group here today, not the whole group. But before we get into our topic, which is middle schoolers, confirmation, and kind of what it was like inviting the middle schoolers to youth group, let's start with an easy one. What is a way that you have seen God recently? What is a way that you have seen God recently? And I can go first just to get you guys thinking. I have a wonderful dog. Her name's Kona, and she really likes it when it's warm outside. And I don't know if you've ever seen your dog at home sun, as I like to call it, and just lay in any bit of sun in your house, whether it's like a little sliver or it's all full sun. But she I think it was last weekend. No, 2 weekends ago. Last weekend I was at camp. I just watched her travel from a little bit part of sun to a little part of sun throughout the whole day. And it kind of just reminded me of how, like, sometimes when I'm feeling down or anything like that, it's just nice to feel that light. And that's kind of how I think of my own faith in a lot of ways, that when I'm feeling down, I just do my best to find that light. What were the ways that you guys have seen God recently?
I guess for me, I was up last weekend at camp doing the counselor retreat, and there's a lot of things that we were doing that were really holy. The writing letters to each other, doing the warm fuzzies, like those were all good. But I think one of the more random ones I had was just playing half court lightning with Caleb and a couple other counselors. It was just like completely random, but it was just like we were just all out there laughing, having fun, getting to exercise. It was just like a super random 10-minute moment, but it felt more significant than I feel like it actually was.
Yeah, I love that. It was great cardio too. It's great cardio.
Exhausting.
What were you thinking?
I also did go up to camp, same time, and I think more specifically, like what you were saying, Logan, just all the holy activities that we did, but something we did a lot. I'm a CIT this year, so I get to be in small groups. So we have like this big talk, all of us in the chapel, and then the CIT groups break out and go into like the old cabins, different spaces. And I think what I really enjoyed about that is that my group, we got there and immediately we just started joking around and we just were able to have such good conversation. And I don't think that it was the conversation, the words that we were saying that were important. It was the fact that we were able to connect people from all different schools, different opinions on these questions that we were doing, and we were still all able to connect and just have a great time.
Nice. Mark?
For me, I guess it's just through I've seen a lot of God moments through some kids. I was having a really hard day, and I kind of just woke up, or all the kids woke up from nap time, and they all kind of just randomly crowded me and were just giving me hugs and telling me that they love me, and I was I didn't know I needed that, but it was really sweet.
That's so cute.
I was just oh, I don't know where this came from. You guys are normally so mean to me.
Oh, that's funny. Kids have their way, right? They have a way to make your day and ruin it all at the same time. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Not you guys.
Right.
But I want us thinking about, and we're all gonna go travel back in our minds a little bit. What were you like during confirmation? How would you describe middle school yourself? How would you describe middle school yourself?
Awkward.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was a time of great insecurity.
Ooh.
Anything you did, I felt like I was going to be criticized for the clothes I was wearing, the things I was saying. Just a time when everyone was just developing their own identities, and it was awful. That is the place that I just really despise having to go back to, is the actual building.
Yeah.
Just so many bad memories, but looking back on it, that's kind of the only thing I think about. But I think confirmation was kind of a piece throughout that time. It was you go there, you have a nice little talk. When I was doing it, it was Pastor Peter was teaching it for like the first couple of weeks, and then we had someone else come and take over, and then we had someone else come and take over, and throughout that all, it was like I went late in the day. I went to like the 7:00 one or something, which was very late for a middle schooler.
Yeah.
Personally, I used to go to bed at like 8 every day. And yeah, it was just like a time of peace, and yeah, it was good. I mean, looking back on it, I think it was just a good like starting for actually developing my own identity. Like I feel like we all do in middle school, but like the beginnings of my identity and my faith. And like, middle school is a lot of middle school like confirmation is a lot of like teaching.
Mhm.
And then once you like enter out of it, I feel like it gives you a good baseline on now you can explore your faith and not just learn about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a little bit of a rant.
Kind of to add on to that, I wrote about this on my bilingual seal test today, but I was really thinking about how like COVID kind of like impacted me as a middle schooler, because I was like thinking like we were in 5th grade when like everything kind of shut down, and we were kind of just like expected to go back to school as like, I mean, we were kind of in 6th grade, but like when it was like actually back to normal, it was like 7th grade. Like we were all in that like super awkward, like weird kind of like figuring ourselves out phase. And I think that just had like a huge impact on like our personalities and like how we like connected with different people, because we were used to like, you're kind of like starting to figure out yourself and like your personality and like your morals and your values and stuff. And I think like coming back for a pandemic and just like it was just so much more complicated than I feel like it would normally be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fair.
Yeah, I kind of agree, like kind of going off what Amara said about like COVID. I feel like it also led to a lot of people like not really understanding, like myself included, not really understanding how you're supposed to treat social interactions, like as you're kind of growing up, as you're hitting like your teenage years, because I know for myself and a lot of my friends, we were like simultaneously bullying everyone and being bullied by everyone. Like no one was really nice to each other. Everyone was kind of like aside from like your really close friend group, you would say stuff that you definitely shouldn't be saying. You would like you would use you would tell people things like, oh, your hair looks like, not really like schoolyard insults, but like you'd make comments about people's appearances or like what they were wearing or how they were acting when there was no need for it like whatsoever. But we didn't really I feel like a lot of kids didn't really clock that as much as being like such a bad thing.
Yeah, it became a norm.
Yeah, well, and not only did it become a norm, I feel like it's because like at least for my grade, I know a lot of my friends and myself, we all did it. None of us paid attention during online school. We were all playing games with our friends. We were all watching
Playing
streams. Yeah, a lot of Among Us. Watching YouTube, watching Twitch, like, and we were being exposed to a lot of like content that was like more teenage focused when we were still younger in our developmental phase. So we started to pick up on a lot of things that like high schoolers are used to and they experience, but we were experiencing them as middle schoolers. So we were coming in contact with a lot of words that were more mature, with a lot of topics, with a lot of themes that were more mature, and we didn't really understand how to handle it. So we thought we could just you kind of thought you could just throw around and act however you wanted and your actions wouldn't have any consequences.
Yeah.
And I also think to an extent that was because I wasn't really a faithful person at the time. I've never been confirmed. I didn't really go to church at all. So I think not having like a set community meant I felt like I had to kind of float around and try to fit in, which led to bad role models. And I just kind of, I don't know, middle school was just weird.
Yeah.
Middle school was so weird, man.
Yeah.
It's fair. And, you guys do say COVID. I also point out when I was in middle school, I thought it was awkward. I thought it was weird. I thought everyone was mean to each other as well. When you guys talk about just like insults being the norm, that's what middle school also felt like for me. And so it's one of those things where middle school ends up being an interesting age and an interesting time. And I want us to think about, what is it like to invite middle schoolers to our community here. And I even want you to think of what's it like to invite ninth graders, because they're coming out of middle school themselves. When you're inviting kids that are their experience and their norm is kind of just insulting one another or being self-conscious, or would you call it the great insecurity? And then what you call
A time of great
Oh,
insecurity.
a time of great insecurity. When you're inviting that kind of energy a little bit into our community here at youth group, what kind of care do you think you need to provide? Yeah, Kate.
You can
No,
finish.
no.
Okay.
That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, this is something I was thinking about a lot actually when they were all starting to come in, and I'm like, okay. I was like putting myself in their shoes. I was like, okay, these people are probably like, oh my gosh, this is so awkward. Like, why? Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. Like, where do we sit? Oh my gosh. And I knew what they were. I knew exactly how they felt. Yes, I knew exactly what they were thinking, or at least I think I knew exactly what they were thinking. And I was like, okay, I'm going to treat these kids like they're not middle schoolers. I'm going to treat them as my equal. So I was like, I had this one group of girls that I was leading in our small group, and I was like chatting with them before, and I was like, oh, hey guys, like, who are you guys' favorite teachers right now? Like, oh, where do you guys all go to school? And I was just talking to them like how I'd talk to my friends. And it's like, in middle school, I feel like you think you're a lot older than you are, like kind of what you were saying, Logan.
Yeah.
You think that. So I wasn't, it's talking to them not like you're talking down to them, and just treating them as equals, putting yourself in their shoes, and I don't know, helping them through such a time of great insecurity.
Yeah.
I was kind of gonna say the same thing. Like, I had this group of, you could tell that they were a little more on like the popular side of girls.
Yep.
So I was like especially struggling with like I think like girls especially, like they're a little more, like, I don't know, mature in a way.
Yeah.
Like they're a little more mature, but it unfortunately also adds a little more pressure to them. Because I could tell, especially all of these girls were coming in like, oh, I'm like so scared. Like, did I wear the right thing? Like, am I here at the right time? Am I sitting with the right people and stuff?
Yeah.
And I guess I kind of like, I did the same thing as Kate, where I kind of like thought about how I would feel if I was in their shoes and kind of tried to like, go into like their age in a way. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Like be their age again. And I think that kind of helped. Like when we just started talking, like we were already friends and we like already knew each other. I think that was super helpful. And eventually, like as the discussion like went on and on, we did more icebreakers. Like they all kind of started to come out of their shell, and like there were like two different friend groups, I think, and they both kind of like started to like talk to each other, which was really cool, and like make friends with each other.
Love that. I love that. Logan, I know you had guys, so that's that might be a different scenario.
Yeah.
I think kind of for me, I think it was a bit different because they all came in. They were all like clearly they were all friends across a couple grades, but and I knew a couple of them because I had been like a counselor for a couple of them, so that might have changed how I saw it a little bit. But I feel like they all kind of came in and they were just like they're just like running around, being loud, being chaotic, and like it did take a little bit of restraint, not to try to like calm them down, but I gotta keep reminding myself. I know boys will be boys is a little cliche, but like they're gonna be chaotic. They're gonna be running around. They just need some time to kind of like exhaust themselves. But they're already like taking such a huge leap, just coming here, just showing up to a place of faith, and like I feel like my mindset to help them was less like tell them what to do, teach them what to do, and it was more let them like kind of figure out how to swim, and if they need a little bit of help, then you can like push them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they probably wouldn't listen as well if someone was coming in and be like, oh, you got to do this, instead of just like letting them kind of figure it out, and when they need help, you can then help them. I think that's kind of how I approached it more.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another comment.
Go ahead.
So there was this like one, I think it was like a family, like there was like 3 of them that were like all siblings.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about.
And I saw them again like at this like baseball fundraiser thing on Friday night. And it was so cool because they all like remembered like my name and stuff, and I was like, that's crazy that we made like such an impact on them. And then I like saw them again at church on Sunday, and it's just like,
oh great,
I love that we're like able to like build like kind of bridges already with these middle schoolers, and I can tell that just like that one little like interaction, like I didn't even talk to these kids like more than once, and like they like knew my name, like were excited to come back, and I don't know, I think it's just so cool that saying hi to them can make such a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is amazing what saying hi and
Yeah.
having a quick conversation with someone younger than you just wants to know and get to know you. I want you to think of if you were, and Logan, maybe this question isn't for you because you weren't part of confirmation. That's okay. But for you two that were part of confirmation, do you think the difference between someone going and doing confirmation and then someone coming to WNYG or to youth group?
I think the purposes are both kind of different. Like from my point of view, I've always seen confirmation as like, I don't want to like necessarily like judge the people who do this, but like I hate when like parents kind of like sign up their kids for confirmation like just because. Like I think confirmation should be like obviously a parent can bring it up and be like, oh, like this is what it is, like you can do it if you want or whatever. But like I think the kid should be the one to be like, yes, I want to do this. I want to take my faith into my own hands. Like I want to be confirmed. Because I think that just makes it like such a more powerful experience when you take like a kid who's like dragging their feet in every week, like not actually really like taking everything into account fully. Like maybe they're just not ready for that yet. And I think that's kind of like what the purpose of WING is. Like this is who God is. Like this is who you're learning about. This is who you're growing a relationship with. And I'm going to show you like what that unconditional love looks like, what that relationship looks like. And then you can be like, okay, like I'm ready to go out and like do it on my own in a way.
Yeah.
I think they both serve like different purposes for faith.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Amara, you answered that perfectly. But yeah, I mean, I kind of said this earlier, but like confirmation is when you learn. I feel like that's like you could call it like the education aspect of it. And then youth group, WNYG, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Doing that.
I didn't catch it, so don't worry.
WYND.
It's okay. It's okay.
Wednesday youth night.
But it's WNYG is like the application of it, and we really don't talk about a whole lot of like theology during youth group, as the way I'll put it. We just talk about where can we see God's love, how can we show God's love, and just stuff like that, where it helps us to be more like thoughtful about our faith, how we act, or at least that's how I like to take it. And yeah, I mean, we still do like theology stuff. Shout out Bible study Sunday morning.
Sunday morning Bible study.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And Logan, this might be direct. This one's going to be directed a little towards you, just because you didn't have that experience at confirmation. But when you are entering a new place of faith, what is it that you think makes you feel comfortable? Because you have kids that are going to be entering. We have kids that come to WNYG that have never been confirmed. You have kids that have been confirmed. So what do you think it is that other people need to show or you need to see that makes you feel comfortable in a faith community?
I think for me, it's that I couldn't tell who had been confirmed and who hadn't. I couldn't tell if you had been following your faith since you came out the womb, or if you had just learned, like if you had just picked up the Bible for the first time a week ago. Like it feels, people don't really, like I feel like a lot of places out in the world, when you're talking about religion, it's less used as like a community and more it's like, oh, I know more about my religion than you. Oh, I've been practicing this for so many years. I've like all this stuff. I feel like when you come here, it's not, they don't care about the why or the what behind it. It's just like that you're here and that you want to try, and that's really all that matters. And I just feel like it being so accepting and like so non-judgmental, especially among like when I first started coming here, there was like 30 people spread across 4 grades. Most of them had never even met each other, or they had only known each other from like from camp or like from like a one-off interaction, just seeing each other somewhere.
Yeah.
And it felt like family within like a month.
Mm.
I just feel like it was so easy to connect, and there was so little judgment. And which I think is kind of all. I think it's kind of all you need, as long as you can feel safe somewhere, even if you're not having your best day, even if you just want to come and escape from everything, you don't want to talk to a single other soul. There's going to be people that are going to try to help you, that are going to try to comfort you. They're going to say something funny to make you laugh. They're going to say something sweet to like cheer you up. That's kind of, I feel like, all you needed, or all I needed, I should say.
Yeah, that's super fair. Super fair. And just a question for everyone. And this isn't advice giving time, but this is just advice for yourself. When you think of yourself in middle school, what is the advice that you wish you were given that you know now? Yeah.
There is no need to. Well, I guess I have two big ones. One, I just wish I could smack middle school me directly across the face. Like, you know, like there's no reason for.
We do not condone violence in any way. We do not condone violence in any way. But go ahead, Logan.
I feel like just in middle school, you're taught that you kind of just notice a lot of times you have to fit in and be cool, in air quotes. You have to do something to put someone else down. When I feel like in the long run, it's going to be so much better to help bring people up and help just be cheerful instead of being hateful. Yeah. Like all of my friends from middle school who weren't as good of people, who weren't as nice, who weren't as gracious, I'm not friends with, aside from the ones who have also changed and also put themselves to bettering themselves. I guess my other piece of advice is find a community that you can belong in. I didn't do sports in middle school. Wasn't really part of any club. I did speech, but other than that, I only did speech because I was with like some of my closest friends already. I didn't really try to branch out to find new communities. I didn't do any extracurriculars other than that. And I felt like for a long time, my friend group was very small. It was only people who I already had known for like 6 years of my life, or that I just really had a really good connection to. And I feel like had I found a community where I could feel like more understood and more trusted, it would have helped me put away a lot of the bad habits I gained and grow myself and grow my interpersonal relationships a lot healthier.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead. You guys.
Okay. First of all, girl, those outfits are not cute. I don't know who is telling you that. This is mainly just 6th grade, okay? I actually wore the cutest outfits in 8th grade, but 6th grade, girl, those jeans fit you horribly. That sweater is not cute. Honey, stop shopping at Target children's section for clothes. It's not cute. They do now. Okay, they do now. Second of all, love yourself. Love yourself and take care of yourself. Like, respect your own interests. Stop trying to be like other people just because they seem more cool. They aren't. The coolest people are the ones who truly love themselves and respect their own identity.
Yeah.
And love themselves exactly how God made them. Sorry, this is like such a heated topic for me.
No, that's really good advice too.
And also, stop hanging out with the people that make you hate yourself. Like, if people aren't treating you like you think you should be treated, and if these people that you call your friends maybe don't feel like your friends, there are so many other good people out there for you that will make you love yourself and help you find your own identity. It seems scary to meet new people, but in the long run, it will be so, so beneficial. Like what Logan was saying. Like, meeting new people, being scared and going to talk to those people is so, so worth it. Yeah. Like, get outside your comfort zone.
Absolutely. Great advice. Yeah.
I would say, like, don't put your self-worth based off of the people who treat you horribly.
Yep.
And don't let that define you for the next, like, 3 years, because then high school's almost over before you know it. And
Yep.
Yeah. It's fair. Great advice. Oh, Logan?
One other piece of advice to any middle schooler out there, middle school myself included, there is no reason you should be inside on a nice day for more than like an hour. Like as much as you can, try to be active, be outside, enjoy like making the most of the warm weather, just trying to stay fit and trying to stay active because it will make you feel better. It gives you time to reflect on yourself and your decisions and the things that are going on in your world. You get to have fun. It's so much more fun to be outside with your friends than it is to be stuck inside playing whatever video game or doing whatever you're doing. Just go outside and do something with your friends. Plus, once it hits November, you cannot go outside without turning into a human popsicle. So you got to make the most out of it.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, no? No? Okay. When we're thinking about, and I'm asking this question, this is a bit of a different question. I planned on it, but just because I have 3 people here that are pretty committed to reading the Bible. What is a Bible story, a Bible verse, that you have maybe read recently or that sticks with you that just you think is a good life lesson for anyone? Yeah.
Okay, my favorite chapter of the Bible is Luke. I have spent I think in the past month I've spent about 3 times just sitting in Caribou and just sat down for 2 hours and just read the whole thing because I think there's just so much you can take from it. You have Jesus's whole life story basically, and there's so much different lessons and things that you can take from it. I don't know. I just love Luke. It's so easy to apply to my life too. I don't know.
Yeah. No, Luke does a
Highly
great.
recommend.
Yeah. Highly recommend Luke. Anyone else? Bible stories, Bible verses?
I was actually also going to say Luke. One of my all-time favorite Bible verses, Luke 1:37, for nothing is impossible with God. That's one I set that as my lock screen recently, and it's definitely helped. Definitely helped for a while. Another one, I was rereading Job the other day, and I feel like it kind of comes down to a smaller story in Job. I feel like that doesn't really get talked about as much is how awful his friends were to him a lot of the time.
Yes.
And it's kind of prudent with the topic or with what we've been talking about, but if you're going to be around people who are constantly trying to hamper your growth and who are acting like every decision you make is a mistake and that your feelings are invalid, it's not going to be those aren't people you should be hanging out around. And I guess that yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, I'll be honest, I have not been very good at getting more time into my Bible recently. AP classes, actually, the one AP class that I'm taking right now is horrible. Only one, by the way, and it's, but something I really love, digging into, especially because I'll be honest, I have a lot of doubt in my faith, and I think that's just because I feel there's a lack of real evidence of this.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need real baseline and I don't know, just a firmer base under my faith. Yeah. And something that helps me with that, odd enough as it may seem, is the very beginnings. It is the farthest you can get from real concrete evidence. The absolute furthest. But these stories that are this is how it started. Yeah. This is how it started. This is how people failed in their faith. Tower of Babel. How people failed. I mean, just straight up Adam and Eve. It's crazy. The beginnings of the Bible are pretty much only failures. I'm, using that term loosely. Yeah. I don't know, it's just so many, literally each chapter, I swear, is a whole nother story about beginnings, working through issues, finding grounding in a really new faith that wasn't even Christianity. We're talking, real beginnings. And I don't know, something about that just really helps me, be grounded in my faith. Remind me that, this is a real thing. This didn't just happen one day. It's come from, I'm not going to take a guess on how many years, but a lot of years.
A lot.
And it's taken that long to build itself up to what it is today.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I have another one.
Oh, go ahead, Mark.
My favorite verse is "Love one another as I have loved you." Like
Mhm.
that's like I'm like the golden rule is just like so plagiarized. Like it's in the Bible. It's
Yeah.
right there, John 15:12, and that's like my favorite Bible verse. And like I try to apply that like to my life like every day. I guess like sometimes when there's situations like maybe I am like having a little bit of road rage and I'm like, how would Jesus treat this person?
Yeah.
This person is a child of God. I should not be screaming at them.
Yeah. I need to think about that. I'm hopefully getting my license in a few days.
Like I always see those TikToks that make me feel like really bad, and it's like, what if it's someone's first time driving their baby home from the hospital?
Yeah.
And they're going slow because they got their child a birthday cake, or like,
yeah.
there's an old person who doesn't have anyone to drive them.
My rule of thumb, Amara, about learning about road rage and why actually you're more mad in your car than you are anywhere else is because the car cuts off the story from person to person. It's like you said, like what if that person is this?
Yeah.
And that's a lot easier to say when you aren't moving at a million miles, like 50 miles an hour, and there isn't a car for us to slow down and talk about it.
And then there's like my worship music like blasting.
All right, we're getting to the end. And yeah, go ahead.
We have our general PSA time.
We do have our general PSA time, but we do have I was gonna give it a little topic on our general PSA time. If you were going to recommend, I wanted to say like recommend music, a podcast, or to anyone that is looking to, and we're going to say it in a few ways, anyone that is looking to start something new in their life or looking to calm down their life. What media, what do you have that kind of say like music, podcast, what are your ideas besides this one right here? But Kate?
Guys, download Letterboxd. Oh my gosh, Letterboxd is my new favorite app. I will check my screen time. I've spent so many hours on Letterboxd.
I've never even heard of it.
Letterboxd is a platform where you can read reviews on movies. You can create different lists. You can have one mega watch list, which I have. You can review things on your own. Like, I just love it, and it's so like cute. But anyway, I have been trying to get into, I'm someone who really loves movies, right? So I've been trying to like take time and watch movies, like not rewatch the same Disney movies over and over again, no matter how good the Disney movie is, but like watch movies, watch media that comes from different perspectives, different, I don't know, just take your mind out of where it is right now and put it in the mind of someone who just is trying to figure out a murder mystery case, or someone who's overcoming a big challenge in their life. And like, I don't know, I just love movies. Watch some movies, guys. Also, are we doing general PSA time? Because I actually...
Yeah, if you want to...
Okay, just real quick, general PSA. It is currently March 25th, 5:46 p.m., and it is 71 degrees outside. Touch some grass, people. Touch grass. Like, actually touch grass. Like, it's insane.
That's so...
Stop rotting on your bed. Trust me, I'm tired all the time.
If you're gonna rot, like, if you're sick in bed, open a window or something.
Yeah.
Like, get some
sit on your porch. Like, actually touch grass. Okay, that's all.
That's good, yeah.
My ride or die is the Bryce Crawford podcast.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you, like, this guy, like, I've never even met him before, but, like, he is just, like, my, I don't know, I shouldn't say idol, because God is my idol.
Yeah, right.
But, like, he's, like, I don't know, like, the way that he, like, speaks to these people and, like, learns from them still is just so impactful, and, like, I also love his Luke series, like, that's what got me into it. Yeah, there's just a lot of things, like, I just highly recommend go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Logan?
I think kind of similar to Kate's, movies is really good, and like branching out in what movies you're watching. I feel like that's a good way to kind of like figure out something kind of exciting in your life. I watched Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen the other day.
Oh yeah.
I never even heard of them. All of a sudden, my dad's like, "All right, my brother, me, do we want to go watch a movie?" And he was like, "All right, sure." So we went on Prime Video and we scrolled through like some of the movies he had downloaded, and my brother was like, "That one," and so we watched it, and then we watched the next one, and it was really good. And then like a couple weeks ago, we had watched something that was a completely different genre. We watched Blindside.
Oh yeah.
And we just throw around every week. Like our household, we do movie nights every Fridays, and we have a rule that you can't watch anything of the same genre.
Oh, fun.
In back-to-back weeks. So
Okay,
you kind of
I'm gonna start doing that.
yeah, you kind of are exploring like all over like different topics. You're finding different actors you like. You're finding different like themes and like stories. And I feel like that's just a really good way to do it. And another one to kind of like keep things interesting, using the infinity feature. If you have Apple Music, I don't know if Spotify has something like this, but the infinity feature on Apple Music, once you get to the end of your playlist, it will just start. If you have the infinity thing on, it will just keep playing songs that are like similar to all your songs.
Spotify does that automatically.
Yeah,
No,
Spotify's better. Sorry.
that is not true. Nope. No. But just doing that is kind of going around and being able to just find random songs. Like so many of my songs on my playlist now have come from just that.
Yeah.
And one last specific. Oh, hi.
Oh, nope, we are back on. Sorry, there was a little mess up in the audio there. Go ahead, Logan.
The one specific thing I found, this is honestly just a song recommendation at this point, but I don't know, this makes me happy every time I hear it. So if you're looking for like a really good nighttime song, especially nighttime driving, it's called "Take Me to the River" by Alex Yurkiv and Thelma Costolo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
I love that song.
It's such a good song.
It's such a good song.
It's such a good song.
It's definitely like I'm pretty sure that song's been done like a million times. Such a classic.
Yeah, but this is the best.
Such a classic. Yep.
Yeah. So that's it for like the media related ones.
Yeah. General advice.
Let me think. Buy a hammock.
Oh.
Just buy a hammock. God.
Okay, yep.
Hammock. Love that.
Hammock.
Nope. No.
Not hammock.
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 Are you not Minnesotan?
Oh, that's funny. Buy a hammock. I say hammock.
Every time I open my mouth.
It's all right. It happens. Before we sign off, remember everyone, shout out who? Who do we need to shout out?
Shout out Thrive-In.
Shout out Thrive-In. Thank you very much for sponsoring our podcast. We hope the listener is having a great and blessed evening, day, or night. Thank you for listening to us. Yes, we will be praying for you.
Thank you for listening to this worship podcast of St. Andrew Lutheran Church. We hope that this recording provides you with a moment of God's grace wherever this finds you. Any contribution you make to St. Andrew will bolster our ministry and outreach, including our podcasting directly to you. You can do so online. Thank you for joining us for this podcast, and I wish you every blessing from Christ today.